Welcome to Through the Table Podcast with Brian, JL, Tom, Rick, and Russ.
No, we were just talking about how sometimes in AEW they'll refer back to their like WWE days, like Brian was saying, how like O'Reilly, Cole, and Fish, they all obviously they're all in Undisputed Era together. They don't actually name by name or anything, but they do. Well, they have a past together or whatever, and and it's kind of like how Bryan Danielson, said in one of his promos a couple weeks back about defending the title. He's like, "Well, I wrestled at WrestleMania, and then the next night I defended that title." I think it's good to I guess refer to that stuff, but to make like a whole storyline or a gimmick out of it, kind of like how Malachi Black hurt his eye in WWE, and it's still a thing for some reason. So that's where we're at.
I agree with that. I also enjoy how when the former Undisputed Era come out, they always like to say that their talent is undisputed. They literally fit that exact line in at least twice an appearance. Like we get it.
I'm wondering if they're trying to figure out like an undisputed something, or you know what I mean? Other like some other, I guess, undisputed something, that they could be or whatever. I know you can't do era, but I'm wondering if that's what they're doing. They're trying to hang on to that word just in case if Tony Khan can pull something.
Probably.
Everyone knows it, so they just expect it now.
Right.
The undisputed timeline.
I think they'll just say it. They'll name themselves something else.
The undisputed millennium.
No, undisputed won't be involved.
You don't think so?
WWE might have something to say about that.
I bet.
Or Toni Storm up and quitting and going home on her own, just said, "I'm done," and just walked out. Didn't even wait for a response.
I don't blame her one bit.
Nope.
Oh, really? So she didn't even...
Nope. After the triple threat match, she walked to the back and told Jamie Noble, "I quit," walked out of the building, left, took a plane, and went home.
And Britt Baker has since posted a picture of her squatting down, but you can't really see anything other than the ass meat and and as kind of a come to AEW. I don't think she spelled come right.
No. Oh, we're in the car.
What's going on, Russ?
But yeah, she just up and quit. She didn't ask for a release. She just up and quit.
So she just pulled the CM Punk, huh?
And they basically said, "Well, we're getting rid of so many people. We can't really say no to her." So they just gave her a release.
Oh, they did? Okay. So
yeah, they did.
Real quick, Russ is looking very much like Mel Gibson today.
I'll take that.
Nice. Where are we heading tonight, Russ?
It's a
Mel Gibson's
return.
house.
It's a return to where I was last week,
Oh, all right.
to the Sandwich Taverna.
Nice.
I'm about 20 minutes away or so. So you got me for a little bit.
As Rick and I were saying before you guys got here, there really isn't a whole lot going on that we need to talk about.
No, just really Toni Storm walking out, and that's about it, really.
Well,
Yeah.
what's second to lead to? Who else is going to walk out?
Well, apparently, if you just say I up and quit, if anyone's disgruntled, they have their chance now.
Kind of reminds me of when the Radicals left.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's also like, though, they pick and choose too, because like there was a moment where Charlotte was kind of pissy, and then
Sure.
They, I guess, figured that out.
But they made Charlotte Flair, so I feel like they're more invested in their own, I guess, intellectual property than than 26-year-old Toni Storm that has like 12 years experience or whatever it is wrestling on in Japan and everywhere else. It's just I mean, I'm sure there's other women that Becky, the Bailey, Sasha, all the
Right.
but if Shotzi was like, hey, I quit, I'm sure they'd just be like, okay, see you later.
Probably.
Wait, you're still here?
Right.
Yeah, right. Becky Lynch says I quit. They're going to go, no.
Right.
Shotzi says I quit. Okay, fine. Yeah,
Right.
there'll
Bianca,
be two.
they'll keep. Like, yeah,
Right,
but
right.
There's a lot
Really
of girls
depends on who says it. Right.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, it should be forgotten, so to speak.
I really hope she ends up in AEW though. I think that's a huge asset, pun intended, to the AEW
right.
to the AEW roster.
Well, they need more in the women's division than they need in the men's division. I mean, they've got their guys. They're going to add people still. I mean, goes without saying.
Mhm.
But they need to add some women because you got that big reveal last night. And look, I'm with you guys. I follow this stuff, obviously, and she took all the stuff off. And I'm like, who the f- is this?
See, I am I do like Mercedes Martinez. I've been a fan, but that's once again, I followed her on the indies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I was cool with that, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I do feel like, as of the proof last night, that women's match was kind of atrocious.
Yes.
Like,
Very much so.
it's Thunder Rosa can only carry so much, So I think with like a welcome addition with Mercedes and stuff, I mean, hopefully that match last night maybe opened up eyes that maybe she's not the one to be carrying this TBS title for for how long. I mean, I really hope that it was.
I certainly hope so.
That it's Ruby all along.
Because Jade was awful.
God, she was terrible.
Bad.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't sell the leg. Forgot which leg it was. Lifting up Thunder Rosa left and right with on the left side of your body when your leg's supposed to be gone. It's like she had no clue what to do.
She did a goddamn nip up.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like you worked on your leg the whole match, and then you're just going to do a nip up?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Also, I kind of felt the way that match was going that if you're telling the right story, it looked like Thunder Rosa was supposed to be the heel based off the storytelling with how they were doing the moves.
Sure.
Because Jade was getting the crap kicked out of her for most of the match with Thunder Rosa, going over the entire time. That's usually reversed.
Right.
Thunder Rosa is supposed to be the baby in that situation. She's the one supposed to be taking all the bumps and all that. And then she has the big comeback at the end. They did that completely the opposite. And the reason why they did is because they don't trust Jade to perform offensive maneuvers.
No, you don't want Jade carrying a match. Yeah, you can't have her carry a match. No way.
I mean, she has a great look. You know what I mean? Great presence.
Does she?
But I
She
think
does.
so.
Give her another year.
I mean, I don't know. There's certain people that because what was she, a fitness model or something, right?
Yep.
She was like one of
Yep.
Yeah.
She's athletic, but it's not every athlete is not every athlete's going to be Kurt Angle.
No,
you know what I mean? They're not going to pick it up that quick.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings us back to the NIL program.
But it's I mean, I do. Hopefully they if they were thinking about Jake getting that belt for a bit, maybe they'll think twice about it now.
Be better.
I hope so.
Let her learn a little bit more.
She needs to, yeah.
But going back to Mercedes debuting, the average fans had no idea who that was. or cared.
Sure.
And they did the big reveal as if it was supposed to be Charlotte or Becky, right? Like you're thinking, oh, who the hell is this? And then it takes everything off, and I'm like, all right, next. It wasn't exciting, and they did that with Jamie Hayter too.
That's what I'm saying. The last two reveals have been kind of underwhelming.
That's why they like someone like Toni Storm. You know, they get some of these women that eventually going to be cast off, and I hate. No, I'm not saying it. It's not happening. They get some of these women to come in, boost the women's division a little bit. It's going to help tremendously.
Sure,
because they've got some talent there. They're just unknown.
Right. Not that Mercedes will help with that, since she's 20-year veteran. She'll be able to work with some of the younger ladies and help them out.
Yeah.
But that's not a way to debut her.
Ooh.
AEW should even think of just like even a manager's position to bring older ladies to just kind of that were a face of some sort to just kind of maybe take some of these girls under their wing. I would think. Just
what if they were heels?
What's that?
No, you said face of some sort. I asked what if they were heels. Sorry, I'll be here all night, folks.
That's what Serena Deeb's doing down there, where she's one of their coaches now, along with Dustin.
What's Victoria doing these days?
You know, get like Medusa.
Didn't she just retire?
Victoria, yeah.
I think so, right? Like last year?
There's a beautiful video of her that was leaked to the old internet. Oh, it's fantastic. She does this little turnaround, this sultry look as she's getting pounded. Oh, beautiful video.
Well, speaking of that, I would say that they should even give, unless she's in jail, Sunny a week on Dynamite.
Well, what is Sunny gonna attribute to? You know, at least I feel like Victoria would at least contribute, whereas
Victoria
Sunny
knew how to work.
Yeah, very much so.
Right.
Sunny, I don't know what school did she go to?
The school of hard knockers.
I just feel like Sunny, like if they put Sunny on TV, it's just to see if they could spike a rating or two. But
yeah,
you know, like if you know Victoria, I could see, yeah, you know, like it's kind of like when they, you know, Mark Henry or whatever. It's like you know, he's not really going to be working, but he's a great mind for the business, you know, and it's just.
You know, he's got his catchphrase.
Bring in Stacy Keebler, Maria Menounos, somebody. That has a name.
Yeah, but you want to bring people like that could like
work.
They're not that contribute to something. I feel like, you know, I mean, I don't really know who you'd bring in at this point. But like,
I mean, there's a few.
I could see like a Trish or a Lita or a, you know,
what about Molly?
I think she's an agent.
She's an agent now.
She's an agent for
that's right.
WWE.
Yep.
Well, there's Mickey James is out there. I mean, she could come in.
She's basically the co-booker in NWA now.
Yeah, so she won't be doing anything in about 6 weeks.
True.
But yeah, Mickey James would be like a perfect, you know what I mean? Someone like that has a good, I guess, mind for the business and wasn't in it just to get a Playboy cover or whatever.
Or they could do one match. Well, obviously this is probably not going to happen, but weirder things have happened. One match with AJ. Maybe she could be cleared for one match for something.
Maybe.
See, that wouldn't be too bad. Same thing though. Like AJ, I feel like AJ, you know, even though she was only in wrestling for a short period of time, she was like she had a good mind for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's what it's. You know, like
and when Women of Wrestling doesn't happen, she can always come back for here.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know that won't last long.
Do you think if Women of Wrestling is any kind of success, and then, you know, I guess I shouldn't say success, but whenever it stops, like, do you think that like cleans Tessa Blanchard's slate, if you will, or do you? because I feel like just nobody's even. She was like the biggest thing for the longest time, and now it's just nobody's even talking about her.
Everyone had a chance to bring her in, and they all passed. So I don't know.
I mean, especially I thought she was a shoo-in with AEW just because her dad was there, you know.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like, and I know Cody was all about Tessa Blanchard for the longest time, and then all that stuff came out, and he was like, "Who?"
Yeah, right.
Shit, she was in Fighting with My Family for, she had a significant role in that, doing stuff. You think like the recognition, the facial recognition alone at that point would have got her somewhere. She must be an absolute
Yeah, it's weird, like, you know what I mean?
Has to be.
Because I feel like there's times where WWE it was kind of like the Belichick when like the Patriots signed Corey Dillon.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like, all right, he's gonna behave because he's with the Patriots now. Like I mean, there's been a few people like that with WWE. I mean, and it was just, but with Tessa, they were just like, nope, you sorry,
hard pass.
Yeah, hard pass. So it just, she must be.
A lot of the women worked with her, and I'm sure they probably didn't have any positive encounters with her. They probably all said, "Hard no, we don't want to work with her."
Or they used the word I did.
Yeah, right.
Begins with a C for those of you who get the edited version.
Right.
That's I don't know.
You're saying she's a Thai cunty?
Ha! I like it.
Nice.
That might be Russ's line of the year.
Wow.
That was good. I actually really like that.
Have you used it somewhere else?
I might. I might be texting somebody as we speak. Oh, good stuff. What else happened this week?
I don't know if we were talking about before. I think you guys hopped on. Looks like Jake Atlas might have signed with AEW.
Right.
Possibly. Speculation.
Is that Tony's kid?
No.
No, that's
the. I don't remember what his name was in NXT. I know he was.
Jake Atlas.
It was Jake Atlas.
Yeah,
okay.
He's always just.
Oh,
Jake Atlas.
I didn't know if they changed his name there or not.
They were going to change him over to Simba Samba.
He's good. He's good, but like, I don't know. Yeah,
he's very vanilla to me.
See, this is why they need.
Yeah, he's missing.
They need that like developmental at AEW because they're signing a bunch of these NXT cast-offs that just aren't quite ready yet.
But like Jake Atlas has been around for.
Oh, he's like a 12, 13-year veteran.
I would say he's been around for. Yeah, he was like a PWG mainstay for a long time.
Yeah, like 2007 or something. He started.
Look, Bob Evans has been wrestling for 30 years. Would you put him in main event shows on Wednesday night?
No.
Nope.
Love you, Tommy. Like he's good. But he like Russ said, he's missing something. And I feel like right now his gimmick, like for the last few, like NXT was like, I'm gay, guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was it.
Yeah.
And it was
right.
Like it's I'm not talking crap or anything, but
no, I hear you.
That's literally, it was just like he was always smiling, and it was just like, so how's it going? It's like, well, I'm gay, so it's pretty good, being a gay man, and it's like, well, okay, sure,
yeah,
like I don't know, that's like my gimmick, just being like, I tied my shoes today, it's cool. Like it just, I don't know.
Jacket time.
Yeah, jacket time.
Then there's the black guy.
And then the black guy that smokes weed.
And then the white guy smokes weed.
Right? And they're teaming with the other white guy that smokes weed, but only on
mushrooms.
NXT.
Yes, only on NXT. In WWE, that guy's pretending to be Randy Orton.
Yes.
Speaking of NXT, WWE, why is just Grayson Waller always on my television all of a sudden?
Because you hate him.
Like 8 follows.
I heard SmackDown's a 2-hour special in Grayson Waller this week because there's no show.
I bet you it is.
Oh, so it's the best of NXT this week then?
Right.
It's like the guy's on like 7 different segments on NXT, and then they throw him a bone and I guess have him feud with AJ Styles for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the other thing. If none of you guys watched Raw on Monday,
nope, he was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. So
that was the last minute thing, I guess.
AJ Styles comes out, cuts a promo.
Mm-hmm.
And Grayson Waller is sitting in the front row with a microphone for some reason. He got a microphone.
Everybody does in the front row. It's part of the ticket price.
It should be.
So he starts talking because I guess they have a match next week on NXT.
Yeah, that New Year's Evil or whatever show.
So AJ's feuding with Grayson Waller while feuding with Omos, while also that's going on.
Maybe almost. There's more to that.
Oh, why does he have COVID?
No, they had their match at MSG.
And
it was so bad they sent him home.
Oh,
he was supposed to be at Raw to do something with AJ. They sent him home.
Well, I mean,
he stinks.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess AJ got so frustrated in the match he walked out, was walking around ringside for like 3 or 4 minutes because he didn't know what to do.
Like almost too.
Yeah,
I talked to him once. He was awesome.
He might be a nice guy, but he doesn't know what he's doing.
Right. He doesn't know his ass from his elbow, apparently.
If AJ's getting frustrated and just walks out of the match to be like, I don't know what to do anymore.
Right. AJ Styles, who can wrestle a literal like broomstick,
mm-hmm.
And make it like a 3-star match.
Right.
Oh man, but even like the promo that he did the promo last week on Raw,
mm-hmm.
was like, I'm going to see you in a match with me.
Yeah.
Jackass. And he calls him a jackass. And it was like the most awkward, stupid thing I've ever seen. And it was just.
They were supposed to fight on Raw after. And because of what happened, they sent them home and they changed AJ's plans. They weren't going to do anything with him and Grayson Waller until the last minute.
So did you hear? Did you hear what happened with that whole segment?
No, I just saw that he'd a sign and had a mic.
So Grayson Waller comes out, starts talking crap.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally in the middle of Grayson Waller's sentence, Apollo Crews comes out.
Oh, okay.
With General, what's
Admiral?
his name? Admiral, whatever.
Admiral.
So Admiral asshole.
So he comes out and, so basically Apollo's like, well, you've been talking about you want to face a giant, why don't you face my giant?
Oh, geez.
So then the dude, takes off his jacket and he's got his ring gear on, hops in the ring, and they're like, all right, we got to go to commercial. They come back from commercial. AJ Styles is wrestling Apollo Crews. Did they
explain that?
Yeah, and the announcer was just like, during the commercial, General Asshole was going to get in the ring, and Apollo Crews was like, nah, let me do this. I'll take care of it. And then I'm just like, it's bad. It's so bad. It's so bad.
They really didn't know how to write that down.
They had no clue. And like I said, that was after that whole Street Profits and Mysterios.
Yep.
Just I had no idea about that Omos thing though. That was
yeah, they were saying that like Monday morning, AJ was so frustrated and in the back he was going off on it after he wouldn't listen to anything he wanted to do. And the agents are trying to talk to Omos, and Omos was basically blowing him off. So they just sent them home. And they probably didn't mention him on Raw, I bet.
I don't no, they did.
Did they? Okay.
AJ mentioned him by name. You know what I mean?
Oh, all right.
He just kept saying Omos, where are you? Like all this stuff. You're supposed to be here, but you're not. I'm here. Blah blah blah. And then
that's interesting because I talked to him once and he seemed like a really nice guy, and people have his back. And then they of course give him AJ Styles. It's surprising that he would be, in this
tall and awkward.
Well, in this mood of just being not wanting to listen to someone like AJ Styles, to if he ever became like really really good or like feasible, he would automatically be world champion.
Definitely in WWE. Vince loves the big guys.
Right.
It does.
But do you think it's just like the whole case of like him maybe like get his head's too big? You know what I mean? Like he's just getting.
He could be.
Like,
they
especially
could have
after
told
that.
him like, "Oh, you're going to make it to the final four at the Royal Rumble and this and that." He could have been just seeing himself as a main eventer already, and he's not even,
Yeah,
they
might have had him like throw out like beat Kane's record or whatever.
Yeah, you never know.
It's not Kane's record anymore, is it?
I think it's Braun Strowman right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which that will definitely change this year,
Right.
for somebody, because
But like right, because that could have been Omos. Because I mean, think about it. What was the what was it, Survivor Series? They had that the Battle Royal, and he won it and threw out like out of the 22 people, he threw like 12 of them out.
Yes, right.
Something like that.
Yep. Yeah, they probably had something. He probably had something planned, and he wasn't thinking, "Hey, I need to listen to AJ and have a good match." And AJ apparently has more pull than he does, obviously.
as he should.
Exactly right, as he should.
But it's funny because it's like, like you said, Vince loves his tall guys, but then they have that, the dude with Apollo Crews. He's been starting and stopping.
Well, don't forget, he
forever.
Probably can't speak English very well.
Oh no, he tried to cut a promo too. Like
that's the one thing that Vince will stop on you, is if you don't know English, it's hard to get over.
But at the same time, when you're hiring an 8-foot Nigerian guy, in a 7-foot 9-inch, whatever he is, like it's just, I mean, they're not going to come on and be like, "Hey, buddy," it's
right?
No. It just doesn't work.
It doesn't. Right.
And it's funny because then you got like Apollo Crews, who looks like $1 million, speaks perfect English, and then they made him Black Panther for some reason
out of nowhere too, because
just,
he was like from Detroit for most of his career, and then all of a sudden he's the guy like tell us he's got 10,000 for us if we give him 1,000.
Right.
He's the captain now. It's like
yeah, really.
It's like, well, how did this happen?